Welcome, Capricorn. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a reading for you from a message from Spirit. Let's see what has already come out on the board. I have started with a couple of oracles. I pulled a few tarot cards. I'll clarify with another deck and finish with an oracle card for you. So let's get started with the wild unknown archetype, the prayer. And as usual, I'm going to read from the guidebook. I've never pulled this particular archetypal card before. Some of the other titles for the prayer are the worship, the reverence, the homage. Archetypally, the practice of prayer has been with us as a remedy for the omnipresent self-centered thinking that spins us toward illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego as we move from our little story to the big one. Some say we're in a state of prayer anytime we're not the center of our own thoughts. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service. Whatever prayer is for you, this card reminds us of its importance. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. Bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable, it is time. Nothing else will do. Every song, kiss, breath, word can become a prayer. If it is a feeling, not an action, consider the ancient mantra, I bow to the creative consciousness within. I bow to the teacher within. And this card is coupled with the sun, number 38, which reduces to 11, which is the card of either the justice or the strength, depending on the deck that you are using. Let's say the strength, because the sun is one strong center of our solar system. There's nothing stronger. And I think the idea of vitality really speaks to this idea of integrity, to the greatest illumination we can aspire towards, this greater truth that we are accessing through the activity of prayer. And that certainly prayer can be dictated to one. However, prayers can also be spontaneously created in the moment. And that is the kind of prayer that I believe that you, Capricorn, are calling in or upon at this time. This sun's vitality, this illumination, is directly in sync with the natural world. The sun marks astrological or agricultural cycles in the past, marking strong points of intensity. And this really is connected with nourishment, abundance, celebration. And I do feel that you're celebrating something that you are coming into consciousness of. This is a fuller sense of the abundance that already exists in your life. The gift that you have been holding for a lifetime and are seeking an appropriate activation for. In the present, we have the Eight of Staffs. So this is talking about particularly some of your creative activity, your friendships, your attractions, the things that are magnetized towards you or that you magnetize towards yourself. There's something about resonance happening on many fronts towards you. So you may be either receiving invitations or initiating a number of contacts that are seeking a place among current movements or activities that are designed to have a considerable impact. You cannot do this alone. In part, you are part of a larger force and you're aware of that. You're becoming clear that you are a piece of a larger energy that is being called on, that is being relied upon, that is needed at this moment. So this is a time when you are going to be making a lot of connections between disparate areas of your active life or among a variety of contacts and networks that you have. You're pulling these things together. You're allowing yourself to be open to this connection. In the past, the judgment. The judgment is quite simply a call, your response to a call, your ability to hear the call. And this, it again, is referring to the way that you are employing multiple creative aspects of your life, your skill set, ways that you are bringing a number of energies together in your life. So, as a Capricorn, you are already hardworking and multi-talented. There are very few challenges that dissuade you when you're on a path, and it seems as though you have received a clear calling in the past. I don't know if it's recent at all. In fact, for many of you, you've always been somewhat aware of a destination, if not a destiny. You've always been aware of your potential to have an impact beyond the ordinary or the mundane. And you are activated in this particular way now, in part because of the need that exists in the world. You are marshaling your creative talents to address this, and you're doing it in concert with any and all who are in alignment with you. The more creative energy around you, the more you're motivated and inspired. This is really claiming some creative aspect of your gift or your skill set. In the future, the Eight of Jades and the Lover's card. I do believe that you're working very hard to give yourself some choices. And I think this is coming out of a place where you assume choices would become available to you that have not manifested yet. And in part, your recognition of your own internal power is part of what you are seeking to unleash. You're unleashing that in concert with others, but you're also leaning upon your powerful work ethic, your determination, your devotion of something that you do, an improvement to that, that totally entrances you in the process of building, improving, of crafting, making something you already have much better. This is all in alignment with your personal development. You understand improving a skill, improving an environment is about improving yourself. And this is an eternal gift of Capricorn, how to make things better without having to be a perfectionist, right? We're not in the land of perfectionism. We're not in the land of something being a certain way. We're in the land of building upon what we already have and making it better. And this is leading you to the choice that you have been longing for, which I feel is the choice towards love, towards a partnership that offers you options. I feel like this partnership you're working towards does not ask you to relinquish any aspect of who you are as an independent. Rather, it connects you to another person who is equally independent and capable. And together you are crafting and building a relationship that suits you. This doesn't look like anything very conventional. This doesn't look like any model that you or another may have been conditioned to believe was the way it was supposed to be. This is something built out of your own life experiences and then coming to terms with what you deeply need. It occurs to me that this partnership that you're building towards, that you're praying for, that you're intending to create, supplies you with aspects of your life that you've had to grow into. So this person understands a lot of what you have created for yourself and the necessity for the way that you work, your working style, your lifestyle even, and is willing to take up the challenge of making that work for the both of you. And work indeed is what is required. So if it's someone who is like you, it is someone who is hardworking, someone who is energized by joyful, creative work, loves making connections with other people and other ideas. This is really lovely. I'm hoping, Capricorn, this is resonating for you. And if so, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I greatly appreciate you who are here with me and feel the support that you offer in whatever way that is. So in the past, the Judgment card is clarified by the Six of Swords and the Knight of Swords. The Eight of Staffs is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles and the Lover's card is clarified by two cards, please. The Six or the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so tens, always good for change. Let's start with the past. So the Judgment card is clarified by the Six of Swords and the Knight of Swords. You have actively moved away from, in the past, any condition or environment in which you were not seen or valued. And this has required an effort for you to detach yourself from powerful emotions and to recognize that as your life has unfolded in unexpected ways, your assumptions about the way it's supposed to be or what you originally imagined would be the result of your efforts has changed, has been completely upended. And challenging those assumptions has now become a strategy towards pursuing your truth. Opening up to new ideas, opening up to new connections, not shutting down conversation. It doesn't mean that you don't have a very clear set of principles and practices that you have not abandoned. These, for many of you, have been with you all of your life. However, you recognize that the truth that you often thought you knew was inherited truth. It was truth that had been taught to you or conditioned for you in terms of what others expected or needed for you to achieve or accomplish. So I definitely see you doing a lot of separating, a lot of releasing old stories, old relationships, and moving to a place of peace where you can accept the experiences, the challenges you've undergone. In the present, the Eight of Staffs is clarified by the Ten of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. This is lovely. The Four of Pentacles is all about having a clear and strong foundation to build. There's also a lot of cautiousness and deliberation in choosing and making invitations and seeking out connections, in receiving invitations and responding. You're very careful, very deliberate. You're still quite guarded. And this, in part, is a result of the relationships you are learning to release in your life, a habit of relationships that you realize doesn't suit you. You're taking responsibility for some of the invisibility that you experienced in the past by recognizing your desire or your caution in holding yourself back. So there's a strong flavor here of holding back. However, what is different now is you have created or in the midst of creating some kind of alternative family, circle of intimates, loved ones, some place where you can share resources safely. You can trust those that you share and amplify your resources with. This requires a lot of love, a lot of faith, a lot of service among neighbors, community members, whoever comprises this circle for you. And it doesn't need to be a lot of people, doesn't need to be a whole community. It can be a small group of selected intimates. It can be a large group, depending upon your environment, how it suits your lifestyle. But this is the context now for this careful selection of new alliances, new activities that you are joining in concert with others who are aligned with you. In the future, the Eight of Shades or the Eight of Pentacles and the Lover's card is clarified with the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. The theme of caution, careful, is so Capricornian. You are deliberate. You are not known to be speedy or fast. You are taking your time, but you are still relatively defensive because you continue to practice this habit of standing up for yourself, speaking up for yourself, saying no, and in that way closing off all the distractions that have kept you from achieving this sense of abundance. This abundance that you seek is rooted in a community. It's intended to the service of a larger community. This can be the community of your family, the community of generations, ancestors. There's something deeply around your cultural heritage or ancestral lineage that is being healed and supported by the abundance that you are working towards. It's interesting because even in your desire to build this partnership that accommodates this legacy that you're creating, you are still careful to identify your own independence even within a relationship. You're very clear that there may not be alignment on every single aspect, but by being clear about what you desire is a step in a direction that really breaks a series of habits and routines that have not served you. You have been comfortable to people please in the past, and you have been left bereft. So you're understanding now that it all comes from you, your heart, your vitality, who you truly are. And that true self is an entity that lives to celebrate the abundance of the earth. And I feel that you are building a relationship that can help you in achieving that goal. I'm going to finish this reading with the Language of Flowers Oracle, and the one on top is the Camellia, and the key word is peace. Be calm, and calm will come. This is lovely. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.